ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the sweaty ass rundown. I say that because it's incredibly hot in here. It was 100 degrees here in our fair town of Portland, Oregon today, and we also have hot studio lights on right now. Just so you can see us.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
So all the extra noise that's outside with the window open and a fan. So
Yeah, just to let you know, so we don't get heat stroke filming for you.
yeah,
This is the indie news.
it is indeed.
This is the end of episode 103, which means next week we are celebrating 2 years of the Wrestling Rundown being on YouTube. Thank you for all 100 of you who have subscribed over this glorious 2 years.
It's not 100.
Is it not 100 yet? I thought we were at 100.
No, we're at 83.
Okay, well I bet there was 100. I bet
If
some
we round
people,
up, we're at 100.
I bet some people unsubscribed.
Oh yeah, no, we've had a couple of those.
Yeah, so we've had probably 100.
Yeah, all right.
Thanks for the 100 that have all subscribed, but then also fuck you to the ones
Fuck
that
those other 17.
unsubscribed sons of bitches.
Anyway,
We're going to start off with the results.
yes.
I only have one result.
Well, you're gonna be in the middle of all of mine.
Yes, because I just got Friday the 3rd
Yeah.
for results.
Well, I'm gonna start last Monday.
Oh,
Because
Jesus.
we're talking Super Juniors.
This is like a full week,
Just so you know,
full week ago.
if you want to know what other matches happened in any of these shows, check out the New Japan link in the description. You can go to their events, you can find out all the matches. I'm talking just Super Juniors tournament matches. So, on Monday at the Tottori Yonago Convention Center, big ship, capital letters, we had Chase Owens defeat Trent Beretta. We had Tiger Mask defeat Will Ospreay. Bobby Fish defeated Volador Jr., and Ricochet defeated Jushin Thunder Liger. Then on Tuesday at the Hiroshima Green Arena, we had Bushi defeat David Finlay. We had Matt Sydal defeat Rocky Romero. Kushida defeated Gato, and Ryosuke Taguchi defeated Kyle O'Reilly. Then we moved on to Thursday at the Aichi Nagoya Congress Center Event Hall.
Nothing on Tuesday or Wednesday.
I already said Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah, there's nothing on Wednesday. No Wednesday shows in Japan. Don't know why. We had Volador Jr. defeat Chase Owens. We had Jushin Thunder Liger defeat Tiger Mask. We had Will Ospreay defeat Bobby Fish. And Ricochet defeated Trent Beretta. Then on Friday, back in Korakuen Hall,
Korakuen Hall Friday.
we had the following matches. We had Kyle O'Reilly defeat David Finlay. We had Rocky Romero defeat Gato. We had Bushi defeat Ryosuke Taguchi. And we had Kushida defeat Matt Sydal.
Hey.
And now for a break for the Super Juniors, we're going to send it over to Kevin Hawk for Attack Pros Press Start 4.
Heck yeah! So this is covering our first Attack Pro show here on the Wrestling Rundown. Great, they made it in just before the 2-year cutoff, so they can celebrate with us.
Yeah.
This was in Cardiff, Wales. That's where they originated, and that's where they are back after having shows elsewhere in the country / continent / I guess just the UK, which is this island mass
Yes.
of a couple
that
countries
area.
smushed together. So, thank you, Jamie. This one's
We
for
appreciate
you.
it, Jamie.
And that'll probably be the last time I shout out your name because we've said it now for like weeks leading up to this.
No, we like Jamie. We're going to keep saying it.
Jamie.
Jamie!
So we started with
Sorry.
Damian Dunn defeating Shane the referee to win the Attack Pros 24/7 championship, which, if you could tell, is defended all the time.
24/7.
Yeah. We had Martin Kirby defeat Charlie Garrett. We had Mike Bird win a 4 corners match with Super Santos Jr., Danny Jones, and Creator Wrestler. Probably no relation to Dasher Hatfield.
Maybe.
We had 2 first-round matches in the Attack Pro Championship Tournament. We had Eddie Dennis defeat Tyler Bate and Wild Boar defeat Travis Banks. And in the main event, we had Jim Hunter and the team of Mandrews and Nixon Noel, Mark Andrews and Nixon Noel, if you don't know who Mandrews is. They defeated Damian and Pete Dunne and Monday Lycos. And in that match, Jim Hunter pinned Damian Dunne, so he became the new 24/7 champion.
Yeah.
So that changed hands twice in one night, once in a 6-person tag team match.
Yeah. It's the interesting things that can happen with a 24/7 championship.
Stuff like that happens. Back to you with more Super Juniors news.
All right, we're gonna move on to Sunday. Sunday. We had at the
beautiful Fontana Drag Raceway.
Gunma New Senpai Takasaki.
Big car.
Oh God.
No.
I don't know.
The other one said big ship.
There's no
big blimp.
No big text in this one. We had Tiger Mask defeat Trent Barretta. We had Will Ospreay defeat Jushin Thunder Liger. Bobby Fish defeated Chase Owens, and Volador Jr. defeated Ricochet. So that is all of the Super Juniors matches up to this point.
What are the standings?
Standings
the
currently.
points?
Yes. Do you want all the standings? Because we've still got one more big show that's all Super Juniors matches except for one, and all those matches are gonna decide who moves on to the finals. So
okay, just give us the rundown of Block A and Block B.
okay, in Block A, tied with 8 points, we have the following 4 people. We have Kushida, Ryusuke Taguchi, Kyle O'Reilly, and Matt Sydal. In second place with 6 in Block A, we have Bushi and Rocky Romero. And coming in last, tied at 2 points apiece, David Finlay and Gato. Then in Block B, we only have 2 guys with 8 points. That's Volador Jr. and Ricochet. Then we have 4 guys tied at 6. That's Jushin Thunder Liger, Will Ospreay, Bobby Fish, and Tiger Mask 4. And then in Block B, coming up last, tied with 4, we have Chase Owens and Trent Barretta.
Wow, Block B's kicking ass because their last places both have 2 points more than the last places in Block A.
But Block A has 4 guys with 8 points, whereas Block B only has 2 guys with 8 points.
Yeah. So. It's not about how many people have the most points. It's about the fact that they have less people and need less points.
True.
Somehow they have more points.
Wait,
No,
I don't think it works that
They
way.
have the same amount of points, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to throw you off for this point.
Well, you did a good job.
Is that it for results?
I have one more.
Oh, you have Ring of Honor.
I do. So those of you that don't want to get spoiled for this week's Ring of Honor on
Comment.
No,
Pop.
yes,
Comment.
TNA's on Pop.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to get spoiled, click for the time that's down below in the ring, and you won't get spoiled.
Ta-da!
That's how it works. If you're still listening, here we go. We had Kazuchika Okada defeat Matt Sydal in the opening match. These two have some really fun chemistry.
Yeah.
Kazuchika Okada is, he's heavier than Matt Sydal, but still very fast-paced, along with the strong style.
Yeah, well, it was good because, Okada isn't that big, but Sydal is smaller than him.
Yes.
So it was neat seeing Okada play the role of the big guy in this match.
Yeah.
Where he was doing a lot of physically dominating.
Yeah, he was like clubbing Sydal
and then
a few times.
ramming him from corner to corner over and over again,
Yeah.
face first in the corners.
Matt Sydal was able to avoid one Rainmaker, but fell victim to a second one, which gave Okada the win.
Yeah, it was a cool setup because Sydal evaded some move and then Okada hit that drop kick.
Yeah.
And then picked him up and hit him with the Rainmaker.
Yep.
That drop kick though!
That's a double whammy from Okada. You get both those moves, you're done.
Done.
Then we had Colt Cabana defeat the Hangman Adam Page, the newest member of the Bullet Club. Page backed him into a corner, and they were kind of tit for tat as far as this match goes. And Cabana would get a little bit of offense, but then Page would take it right back.
I just want to say that, I remember watching young Colt Cabana wrestle and hit the acai moonsault to the outside before, but it's been a long time since I've seen older Colt Cabana, pull off what was a picture-perfect K-Brada moonsault on the inside.
Yes.
That was brilliant.
And he hit a head scissors, which
he's a husky dude for head scissoring and moonsaulting.
He's a big dude to be flying around, and props to you, Colt Cabana. That's why we love you, because you're awesome.
I will say also, right off the bat, the most impressive thing that I've seen Ethan Page do
Oh yeah, the running shooting star off the
Ethan
apron.
Page.
No,
Adam Page. There's too many Pages in wrestling. Pages and Adams.
Too many. But yeah, he did. Yeah, he does his running shooting star off of the apron to the outside on Colt Cabana. But
He
Page
just hit it like flush.
Yeah,
He hit it like a headbutt almost.
Yeah, he doesn't usually hit it that well. Usually it's a little messed up, and I'm usually like, okay, don't do that move. But this time he did.
He's determined to do it.
He did the move just fine. So yeah, Adam Page had Colt Cabana back to the corner, was coming at him. Colt hit a big, lifted both legs, kicked him down, and as he dropped him, he actually dove into a leg-assisted roll-up kind of thing.
It's basically an alligator clutch.
So yeah, he had Page folded right in half.
He did like a Superman into an alligator clutch.
And then had both of his legs pinned down with his legs. And Colt Cabana picked up the win. We had the Gorillas of Destiny come out, beat down Colt Cabana, and the cameras had to turn away because Adam Page's new gimmick is that he hangs people. So apparently he did it to Jay Briscoe when he joined the Bullet Club, and so
someone needs to tell him that, like, the Bullet Club aren't that serious. Like,
Gorillas of Destiny were helping him, man. Tonga's been there since the beginning.
They're like, laid back, like cocky heel stable.
Adam Page, though, he's an intense dude.
Yeah.
That's
why I think he doesn't fit.
I think that's why he's hanging out with Gorillas of Destiny, because they're the intense members also.
All right, guys, cool your jets. No need to be hanging people.
We'll have to see where that goes.
That's murder.
The All Night Express is looking to make wrestling great again. That
sounds familiar.
They don't appreciate skinny little twigs like
with no biceps,
like Cheeseburger, which makes them in turn not respect Jushin Liger anymore because Jushin Liger took Cheeseburger under his wing.
Yeah.
So they're looking to eradicate stuff like that.
They said that Jushin Liger is too old and needs to get out of the business.
We had BJ Whitmer come out and talk about the fight without honor that him and Steve Corino are going to be having at Best in the World. He said some choice words, which brought Steve Corino out.
Did he come through the crowd?
Yes. Yeah, he came out through the crowd, and so he
looking pretty good too.
Yeah, he's ready for this match.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see this. But BJ's like, I don't want to wait for Best in the World. Why don't you get in here right now? And so Corino got in the ring, and BJ ran away like a little bitch.
Which that is essentially what the B in BJ Whitmer stands for.
Bitch Jay Whitmer?
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then in the main event, Jay Lethal defeated Donovan Dijak. This was an interesting finish.
Interesting finish. It was an interesting dynamic of the match because I expected more people to be behind Donovan Dijak.
I feel like they're trying to turn Jay Lethal babyface, especially with he's having apparently this big feud with the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
But he's also
because him and Colt were part of the main event that got interrupted.
When Adam Cole joined.
So obviously it's sort of this, I guess, guilty by association where he got attacked by a heel stable and then people still gave him some sympathy points.
Yeah.
And then he was over against Donovan Dijak.
Yeah.
Which was really weird because I expected the dynamic to be completely the opposite.
Yeah, and the crowd was totally behind Jay Lethal through most of this match. He's setting up to hit Lethal Injection. We have Matt Jackson and Kenny Omega run down and go for a double super kick on Jay Lethal, but they hit Donovan Dijak instead. They dive out of the ring, allowing Lethal to hit.
Lethal actually shoved them out of the ring.
Did he really?
Yeah, he got up and shoved them out through the ropes.
They dove over the timekeeper's table, which was pretty impressive.
And it wasn't like he was shoving them to get them out of the ring, but he was trying to attack them and hit them, and they fell. He hit one and they fell into each other and they fell out of the ring.
Gotcha. So that allowed him to hit the Lethal Injection, pick up the win. Not the rest of, but a lot of members, I think it was the Gorillas of Destiny and Adam Cole came out, and it was just a big brawl. The Briscoes end up coming out because they've been victims of Bullet Club attacks. So you've got Jay Lethal and the Briscoes all working together to take out the Bullet Club, and we end with an awkward stare down because the rematch a year in the making is on its way, where Jay Lethal will defend the ROH World title against Jay Briscoe.
Yeah, and the standout spot from that match, though, Donovan Dijak doing the Fosbury flop. That running moonsault press over the top rope to the floor.
The things that man does boggles my mind. He is too big to be doing that.
That banana salt press.
The banana salt press. That is it for Ring of Honor. That is it for results.
Hey, how about some news?
Do we want to talk about...
You got any news?
No.
No, you got nothing?
No,
I got some news. Zandig is a moron.
Yeah. We're not even gonna...
He had a tournament.
Google it. I'm not posting the link to this stupid
He
video.
had a tournament. He put himself in the tournament in the middle of the tournament. He didn't even have to go into the first round.
Because a guy got hurt and he refused to have a bye.
Yeah, so he jumped himself into the tournament and then got hurt during his match because he's a moron.
Google it.
I don't often, like, if we're going in wrestling terminology, I don't often shoot on this show.
No.
Like, okay, haha, I will say fuck Sheamus 100 million times, I'll say fuck Miz 100 million times, but let's be real. If they walked in through the door over there and asked me if I appreciate their body of work, I would probably say yes, because they work for WWE and they bust their ass all the time.
He's a wrestling fan. He's allowed that opinion.
Zandig
is a fucking moron.
Okay, so most people know Zandig's spot with him and Nick Mondo during one of the early Tournament of Deaths. That might have been in the first one. Maybe I think it was the first or second one, where they jumped off the roof of the building they had 3 tables stacked up in a truck bed or something like that. I feel like Zandig was on an ego trip of some sort and wanted to top that with whoever. I don't even remember who he was wrestling, but they had
Doesn't matter.
On a building. It looked way taller than the one that they had in the old days. It might have even been the same building. I don't know. But they jumped off of that building through a table that looked like it was made out of light tubes on top of another table that was on fire.
In the bed of a truck.
In the bed of a truck. Apparently Zandig won that match, which I don't see how anybody could win in that scenario, but then couldn't participate in the finals because he was hurt. Go figure. So I'm going to say that was 2 deathmatch veterans who put on tournaments of deathmatching type stuff that both didn't go over as well as they had planned, maybe.
Yeah.
But hey, at least Zandig was able to appear at his own show.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gage.
I'm not sorry, I just think it's funny.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you get arrested and then break parole.
Yeah. But I think that's it for news.
Yes, I apologize.
That was news slash...
If I offended any John Zandig fans, I apologize, but I'm not going to apologize to Zandig because he's a fucking moron.
There we go. We're going to move on to upcoming shows. I'm sure yours are at the weekend.
Yeah, I've got Friday, Saturday.
All right, I'm talking Monday, Tuesday, because we're at the end of the Best of the Super Juniors 23 tournament. We've got one more show. This is Monday at the Miyagi Sendai Sun Plaza Hall. We're having all but one match.
Big helicopter.
All but one match is Best of the Super Juniors action. We have Kushida taking on Bushi, Ryosuke Taguchi taking on Gato, David Finlay taking on Matt Sydal, Kyle O'Reilly versus Rocky Romero, Volador Jr. versus Will Ospreay, Ricochet versus Chase Owens, Tiger Mask versus Bobby Fish, and Jushin Liger versus Trent Beretta. Now, whomever has the most points from Block A and Block B will move on to Tuesday at the same place, and they will decide the 2016 Best of the Super Juniors, the 23rd annual. I'm excited to see who makes it.
Yeah.
So, that's what I got. What you got happening on the weekend?
All right, Friday in Ybor City, Florida, our buddies over at Evolve.
Yeah.
Having Evolve 62. We're going to have Ethan Page versus Darby Allin. That's a person I'm not familiar with. But we're going to have Tony Nese versus Fred Yehi. Matt Riddle versus Cedric Alexander. Then we're going to have a non-sanctioned tag team street fight.
Ooh.
And this is the participants are on one team, Johnny Gargano and TJP, aka TJ Perkins, both guys who are participating in WWE's Cruiserweight Classic.
Right. Which will be taking place next month.
And they are going against Drew Galloway and Ethan Carter III.
2 former WWE guys.
Yeah, 2 former WWE guys who work for TNA.
This is cross promotion at its finest.
Right, I guess. Or at its Twilight Zoniest.
Yeah.
Then Catch Point, Drew Gulak, and Hot Sauce Tracy Williams will be defending the tag team championships against the Bravados. And in the main event, Timothy Thatcher will be defending the Evolve Championship against Chris Hero.
That'll be good.
The next date in Orlando, we're going to have Evolve 63, where the Bravados, whether or not they win, will be taking on Jason Cade and Darby Allin. Both Catch Point. No, it would be non-title if the Bravados win.
Okay.
Then we're gonna have Freddie Ahee versus Cedric Alexander, Matt Riddle versus Trevor Lee, Timothy Thatcher, and if he wins and retains his championship in a non-title match, will go against Hot Sauce Tracy Williams.
Okay.
Ethan Carter III has an open contract.
So
to whoever.
So whomever wants to face him.
My prediction is Chris Hero.
That'd be good.
We're gonna have Drew Galloway versus Ethan Page, and then we're gonna have what they call the WWE Cruiserweight Flashpoint.
This is cool.
Which is a 5-person match. All people are participants in the Cruiserweight Classic. They're gonna have TJP, Drew Gulak, Johnny Gargano, Lindsay Dorado, and a person yet to be announced.
So, your options at this point, I mean,
there's a fair amount of options.
It probably won't be Zack Sabre Jr. because he's still pulling himself off of shows. We got Tommaso Ciampa, we got Ho Ho Lun, we have Noam Dar.
Akira Tozawa.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah, no, there's still a lot of that's a cool idea. So you're gonna have all these guys looking to get maybe a little bit momentum heading into the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah, and it could be somebody who's yet to be announced in the Cruiserweight Classic.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That could be a reveal.
So we could have this would be the 13th name,
something like that. And it's cool thinking of all the guys in Evolve who could be in the Cruiserweight Classic. There's Cedric Alexander is rumored to be somebody who will be showing up in the Cruiserweight Classic, and he's already on the show. But I don't think that would stop him from being in that match and being the reveal. Another person who I haven't heard so much about them being in the Cruiserweight Classic, but I would like to see them, is Trevor Lee.
I don't think he will be because he's been doing a lot of stuff with TNA.
Yeah.
So there's a good chance we won't see him in it, which is unfortunate.
Because he's got a very unique style for a Cruiserweight type wrestler.
Oh, absolutely.
Very brawly, rough and tumble kind of thing. But
still aerial as fuck.
Yeah. And I think he'd be a good offset for a lot of the fact that a lot of these guys are going to be high flyers or a lot of like the super technical guys who are coming out of Britain.
Right.
Coming over to the shows.
Yeah.
Also on Saturday the 11th, we're going to have Combat Zone Wrestling's Tournament of Death 15.
Not with John Zandig.
No. Nope. He doesn't own CZW anymore. So, I'm going to start off with 3 matches that are not in the tournament.
All right.
There's going to be a death match presented by Rockstar Pro Wrestling, where the participants have yet to be announced.
Awesome.
We are also going to have a scaffold match between the king of the scaffold match, apparently, Devin Moore. He's in a lot of these scaffolding match type things. He's taking on Dale Patricks. And then there's
I like you said scaffolding.
Yeah.
Scaffolding matches.
He did a scaffold match at last Tournament of Death. That was like an in-between round
yeah, he did.
thing that had tons and tons of interference.
Yes.
And then a Panes of Glass match between Josh Crane and CZW owner DJ Hyde.
All right.
And so there's going to be a scaffold match and a panes of glass match, and they're not in the Tournament of Death.
Just imagine what's going to be in this lovely, lovely tournament. But
So,
I'm not excited to
we're
see.
going to have the CZW champion, Matt Tremont, taking on Jeff Cannonball in the first round in a home run derby. I'm assuming that means baseball bats to the head. And then Connor Claxton, who made a really good impression in last year's Tournament of Death,
Yes.
being kind of the relative rookie, making it all the way to the finals in that three-way. I think they did three-way finals.
Yeah, they did elimination style, I believe.
He's taking on Masada in
Good luck.
Barbed Wire Madness. And then we're going to have Danny Havoc and Alex Cullen in a light tubes death match. And
Why
then
not?
Ricky Shane Page versus Tim Donst rounds out the first round in a match of Tim Donst's choice.
This will be a true testament of just how sadistic or how fair Tim Donst can be.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. I'd like to see him pull straight heel points and get heat with the crowd and make it like a submission match.
That'd be great.
Do something that's completely not deathmatchy.
The complete opposite of everything they're doing.
Yeah. But I don't
Pure
know.
rules.
Yeah. Ring of Honor's pure rules that haven't happened in ages. But if that's not your style, you can head over to the Wrestle Factory for Chikara.
Chikara!
Presents Tightrope. So we're going to have Oleg the Usurper taking on the man making his singles return to Chikara Wrestling, Jigsaw.
Nice.
Then we're going to have a 4 corners tag team match involving 2 teams that I don't know who they are. They have yet to be announced. They are question marks. But the other 2 teams who we do know will be Princess Kimberly, the former Grand Champion of Chikara, and the former Young Lions Cup, Heidi Lovelace.
Nice.
And the 4th team, the last team, the other team that I do know is the Osirian Portal.
Snipe it.
Your guys. Your favorite team.
Yeah.
Chikara.
Hell yeah.
We're also going to have Missile Assault Man versus Icarus.
Ooh.
It's an interesting choice, seeing as Missile Assault Man is sort of on that Rudo side. But this is coming out the breakup of Battleborn.
Yeah, he had the falling out with Snowflake, so there's a good chance that he could be playing. I mean, especially with Icarus being part of the Nightmare Warriors now, so.
Yeah. We're going to have Eddie Kingston going into the match with Jaka. Eddie Kingston won 3 points
So he's got 3 points on the line.
towards contention over on the UK tour.
Right.
So, yes, he does have an upcoming championship match, only if he can beat Jaka, because if he beats Jaka, he would have 4 points, but if he doesn't win, then he's completely out of the running.
How many points does Jaka have? Any idea?
I don't know.
So Jaka...
He wasn't on the UK tour, so I wasn't keeping track of his points.
Alright, well.
Then we're going to have a trios match where Fire Ant will be teaming with NRG. They would be taking on Hollow Wicked and the Batiri.
Alright.
And then in your main event, or what I will be supposing is the main event, is the culmination of a feud of months in the making between Juan Francisco de Coronado and Mr. Touchdown
Go, Mr. Touchdown.
in a match that happens very rarely in Chikara Ring. It's going to be no disqualification.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be real mad if this has just been a giant ruse and Mr. Touchdown joins the United Nations. That's going to piss me off.
Yeah, and I mean this is spawning off of the fact that Juan Francisco multiple times was the cause of Mr. Touchdown getting disqualified out of multiple matches.
And then Mr. Touchdown did the thing where he handed him the chair and got Juan Francisco disqualified.
Yeah, a little bit turnabout's fair play.
Yeah.
So they're throwing that completely out the window, so nobody can accidentally do something or on purposely get their opponent disqualified. It will be no disqualification. And, I mean, I'm going to say it, like, in a normal match, I would pick Mr. Touchdown over Juan Francisco, just because Mr. Touchdown looks tougher. he doesn't come out in this.
Juan Francisco's a little bit of a pansy.
He doesn't come out with a bow tie and a Hugh Hefner jacket. But when you add no DQ into it, I just think on the stands of like I feel like Mr. Touchdown could swing a chair a lot harder than Juan Francisco de Coronado.
That too.
So that's I'm picking touchdown to win. I know you're picking touchdown just because you hate.
I don't like Juan
Francisco.
Why?
De Coronado.
Why do you have to do it?
Because you like it so much.
You're an asshole.
That's it for my upcoming shows.
That's it for all of our upcoming shows.
Oh,
So that's
it for Indie News.
Yeah. Thanks for
All
watching.
right, thanks. Yeah, don't forget to like and comment, subscribe.
Share the video with your friends or your neighbors or your enemies or whoever you want to share it with. Share it with somebody.
Check out all the links in the description because you get all the links we normally talk about, which are our social
Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr,
media.
Instagram, Reddit, 2 emails, and a podcast.
Yeah, that's social media and how to contact us.
And if you don't want to watch, if you don't want to look at our faces, you can listen to our voices, podcast style. Get all of your updates while you're driving to work, while you're on the bus, while you're doing
jogging
stuff.
the treadmill.
Yeah, if you're doing some cardio, listen to us. Let us talk about wrestling to you.
But the other set of links we have specifically on the Indie News videos are links to the websites of all these grand wrestling companies, these promotions that we talk about on a weekly basis, like Combat Zone Wrestling, Arena of Honor, Chikara,
And now Attack Pro. Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, and Attack Pro now at Attack Pro. I think it's attackprowrestling.co.uk. Awesome. Check out the playlist also because this is the last video of the week, so you can check out all the other videos we did. We had the Raw review, which started with also the last show of the Chikara UK tour results. We had a midweek wrap up, which in the middle of it has our predictions for next week's NXT TakeOver.
Indeed.
And we had the SmackDown rundown, which was short and uneventful.
They're pretty cut and dry.
And we had this video that you're watching right now.
Indeed. And be sure to join us next week. Thomas Wolf should be back, so we should be getting a top 5 for the month of May.
We'll have a 2-year celebration of some sort.
And we'll have NXT TakeOver results. So, lots of stuff to look forward. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next.
Hopefully the next one.
Fuck John Zandig.
Sure. I like it.